My name is Colt and this is my real life story. Tattoos for me mark milestones in life. Some pivotal moment in your life that changes your whole perception. That way when people ask about it, you get to share about the work that God's done in your life. This is my very first tattoo. I got a picture of Diamond right here, right where he had it. This is my best friend Dakota Mott. But we were like brothers, like we did everything together. Back in high school, I definitely used to be that party kid, that cool kid on campus, trying to do life all for me. I believed in God, but I definitely was not a follower of Christ. On January 10th, 2012, I just turned 19 years old. I was driving and I hit a tree going about 80 to 100 miles an hour. And my best friend Dakota got ejected right away and passed away. I was trapped inside the car and they had used a jaw's knife to get me out of the car. Then they didn't think I made it alive to the hospital. They put me in a coma. 10 days after being in the coma, I woke up. I'd say my lowest point was when all my doctors were telling me I'm probably gonna be mentally and physically handicapped for the rest of my life. And waking up every day and realizing that my buddy is still gone, that he's never coming back, that his blood is literally on my hands. I'm probably gonna end up going to jail. Like what I did, my best friend Dakota was never coming back. All hope was gone. I had no hope for the future. I was definitely suicidal and definitely emotional and just lost and alone. My neighbor at the time of the car accident was Jeremy Vanderlinden, who used to be the executive pastor here. And he always used to come to my house and invite us all to Real Life Church. And we'd always just blow him off like, oh yeah, thanks, someday, sure we will. So once I got out of the hospital and I came home, Jeremy Vanderlinden told me that he had Real Life staff praying for me, which was incredible. Man, that melted my heart right there, knowing that these people who I kept on blowing off were still loving on me, still showing me that they care for me, still praying for me through all this. It was pretty incredible. So once I completed my therapy, then I got arrested on charges of second-degree murder. I couldn't believe it. I mean, here I was, just a 19-year-old kid. It was pretty overwhelming for me, and my friend's grandpa was a chaplain at LA County Jail, and he was about to retire, but he stayed because he wanted to witness to me and minister to me. So he came 2 or 3 times a month and came in my cell, was able to give me hugs, and we were able to pass notes to each other. And he gave me the faith that I have. Everything that I have basically is built from what God did through him. And he just encouraged me for the 2 years that I was in LA County Jail. And I thought, since I'm here, I might as well make the best of every opportunity I can. And I thought, what better opportunity to teach people, to shine this light in their heart, give them the same hope that God gave me. And while I was there, I led the nightly Bible studies for about 2 years. And from there, God kept me safe incredibly. And like before riots would pop off, I'd have people come to me and tell me, Colt, don't worry, just stare at your bunk. It's okay, we got you. God sent people to protect me. And I remember one day, this is about 1.5 years into my case, my lawyer came to me and he said, the DA finally offered you a deal, a 10-year deal. Do you want to take it? You could be out as soon as 5 though. So I went back to my cell, and this was a pivotal turning point in my faith. Well, I mean, losing my best friend was more devastating to me than any amount of time I had to spend in jail. Everything kind of like failed in comparison to that. I remember talking to God, I was so mad at myself, but I said, I know that just as you perform miracles within my healing, you'll do so in my case. I started claiming all of God's promises, and that was the first time that I really did truly experience that peace that surpassed all understanding, and I knew what that really meant. I know that I'm in God's hands regardless, and that it doesn't even matter. Like, I know God has some plan for my life, and that he's taking care of me with whatever happens. And then after that, my lawyer came to me, he said, my DA dropped out under the weight of the case that she made for me. I walked in my courtroom and I saw my new DA, and he goes, you're Colt Doherty? He goes, what are you still doing here? I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, what are you still doing here? Let's make you deal, get out of here. I see you're just a stupid kid who got in a car accident. You've suffered enough. So I ended up getting out of there in 3 years. Now I see in perfect hindsight that God was truly faithful. God was there the whole time. And I'm so thankful that he showed himself in a tangible way to me when I needed him most. So once I got out of prison, I came to Real Life Church, and I told them I want to continue leading important lives. And I really want to give back for how they supported my family through all of it and supported me through prayer when I wanted nothing to do with them. They still showed me that love. So they had me volunteer with preteens. So I was leading preteen small group for about 1 year. And now I'll be heading the preteen department for Candy Country when we launch in January 8th. It's just incredible like how God's opening these doors and continues to transform me and and use my story for His glory. And if I could just show them that life is not all about being Mr. Popular, about having so many friends and being invited to all the parties. And God gives you that abundant life that He's already given you to experience, and that there's a better way to living. And my newest tattoo is, I breathe you in, I lean into your love. I breathe in God's power, and I lean into His loving provision. And that brings me a lot of hope, because no matter how dark that place you may be at in life, that He is always there holding you, loving on you, no matter what happens. And that really does give me hope.